his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Wake and Jake in the morning, Wake and Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Woo! Good morning, Bakers. Good morning, Uncle Jake. Welcome back. Happy 5th of July. Such a dumb, bad joke that makes me laugh every time is saying happy 3rd, happy 5th. Because happy 4th, so natural.
Yeah.
Happy 4th. 4th of July, like, that's one of the best talk to strangers holidays. Like, if you see someone at the grocery store and they've got, like, hot dog buns, you're like, happy 4th. I don't know, it's good. So then I like mixing in a happy 5th.
I almost, you're typing your tweet
Sure.
that you went happy 5th. I almost said July the 5th be with you.
Yes. May the
Which
5th.
is the same joke.
Similar month jokes there to kick off. Where we
I
start
wanted to
every
tweet July the 4th be with you yesterday, and then I did a quick Twitter search, and like everyone does that.
It was lit. Okay.
Nothing's original, huh?
God, it's all been done. It's all been done except this viral video. It's a guy in an Uber, and there's a bunch of fireworks going off.
That one's original.
I gotta follow this guy. What's going on, everybody? Hope you had a fantastic 4th. I think it's still going for a lot of people. I think Jom and I kind of realized that late, because 4th of July was always kind of a tricky one. In the real world, you never knew what dates you were getting off, if it was on a Saturday or Sunday. There's kind of the implied, like, Friday off.
Yeah.
But this year, I think a lot of people have today off.
Like, I know for a fact today is the national holiday.
Right. Like, if I wanted to go to do mail, I'm assuming that's a no-go today. Today's the day for that.
Today's
okay.
the federal holiday.
So that makes sense. But we run a cult and a type shit here. So BBD is here. Zach, a few people in the office. Shout out to Max. Shout out to all you guys.
And it's really just a matter of it would make every other day around today pretty miserable.
Yeah, and we, whoa, a little dark. I hope you guys had a good 4th. Hope you saw some fireworks. The city fireworks were crazy last night. It was wild. It was kind of cool. I joke about my viral tweet, but it is getting a ton of love because it's pretty wild. There's big fireworks over New York City, and then the thing that I knew I wasn't going to be able to encompass properly because I was heading back from Brooklyn to record Talking Yanks last night because the grind never stops. Met a new group of people, and I was like, I got to get back to record. And they were like, what? Like, it's the 4th of July, and it's like, we're built differently. It's hard to explain. We're not the same. So that was good. Had a good weekend. Yankees continue their just like torture chamber of a season. We'll talk about that a little bit, probably later. The Bakers don't deserve that so early. So I hope you guys had fun. Hope your fun's still continuing, actually. And we'll lead into that. We're going to do a soft game of the night, or maybe it's got you feeling a little different than that. The game of the night is brought to you by Cushy Dreams. We love Cushy Dreams. You guys know CBD with BBD is kind of what Wake and Jake is all about. It's smokable CBD. It's hemp. Looks like weed, smells like weed, but it ain't. It's legal in all 50 states. And, man, you can go so many different ways with this. They have indicas, they have sativas. Relax, create, hustle. They serve individuals. Give it a shot, man. If you're trying to feel man, I'm always trying to feel some type of way. And CBD helps that, whether you need to relax and maybe nighttime, maybe you want to wake up and create or hustle a little bit. Cushy Dreams has that for you. Go check them out. CushyDreams.com, Kushy. Promo code Jake at checkout. That's right, bakers. We did it. Jake at checkout. 20% off your next order. Could be your first, could be your last, could be your next. Hopefully it's not your last. CushyDreams.com, 20% off. Give it a try. Give it as a gift. Why not? Why not? Get it as a 5th of July gift. BBD, the game of the night. You know, I'm just going to hit this and quit it real quick. Senior year of college. Okay, guys, come on. Joseph Chestnut. I don't know where you stand on competitive eating. I'd like to know. Bake the algorithm. Let me find out. Man, Joey Chestnut dominates the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. I was in shock to find out my sweet Jessica, who I've now known for 5 years, she watches it every year. I've somehow missed that. And she's passionate about it. So she was like yelling at... She treated the Nathan's hot dog contest like I treat most sporting events. She was texting her friends about it, like live, and she was pissed off at the feed, and she watches it every year. It was blown away. And I don't know, there's a little controversy. The feed was cutting in and out, so I didn't see Joey Chestnut eat 76 record-breaking dogs, beating his record by 1. He was 75. I'll give them this. They've turned it into a hell of an event. Like, it looks like a good time. Like, I'm debating going next year, which is scary. But Joey Chestnut, hey, when someone's great at their field, a dominant athlete, you know, he won by like 20 dogs. It's not even close. I mean, it's so disgusting. And know what I was wondering? When was the first eating contest? When did we get to the point in society that food was readily available for enough people
that you could have like 10 guys
that we
just
said,
eat as much as you can?
Let's see how much we can do. Or do eating contests go back to like Roman times, and it would be like, instead of watching these guys fight, let's have 2 giant guys eat?
Yeah.
I'd watch that. Back in the day? So, yes, Esteban in the chat, the Glizzy Gladiators yesterday. It's like anything, man. It's if you turn it into a show and, you know, they've got a hilarious guy presenting everyone and they do giant intros, you know, it's a lot more than just hot dog eating.
Like anything, if you buy in, it's...
Yeah, I mean, you got to lock in. If you got a half hour to give, we were doing some laundry. So, yeah, buckle up. Watch Joey Chestnut get it done. 76 dogs. It's so disgusting. It's so American. And I like Joey Chestnut. Good for him.
Yeah. Looks like second place barely cracked 50.
Yeah. So got him by 25, 26?
Ish.
I mean, hey. It's impressive. And, like, what if that is your skill? Like, that's what I was wondering. Because, you know, I saw there was some meathead that ran out there who was, like, 24 years old. And you kind of get that. You could talk yourself into that. But also, like, what if that's what they're good at? I don't know. If you're good at eating, knock yourself out. Get some follows. Steven in the chat, I did see they chugged something. Lemonade, yes. There's a big boy chugging lemonade, and it is that is a good clip as well. That is a good clip as well. So, honoring the 4th of July, we'll keep it there. That was the game of the night, brought to you by Cushy Dreams. Man, it's so gross. It's so disgusting.
Oh, there was a chug contest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You see the big fella?
That's good.
He's a real one.
I feel like you wouldn't need that build for this. for this contest.
I don't know. Do other countries,
Oh no.
like, in this realm even, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they view food the same way we do.
If any of you guys, I see the chat going right now, and I love the chat. Jill, Jax, Michelle, Steven, Feo, Josh. Maybe when you're baking the algorithm later and you're leaving comments, give me something similar.
You can show me an example of something other countries do with this. Maybe Canada.
Like Germany must do some like beer chugging.
I think they do
type
beer
stuff,
chugging
right?
and brat stuff. Which I guess we're maybe stealing from them.
Justice Jensen in the chat. The place where my brain jumped was the chase the cheese down the hill competition, but like that's
chasing cheese.
Yeah, that's like an event. Like I can make sense of that.
That's sports.
Yeah. I don't know. That's so gross. They're so gross. Society. So good job, America. Happy 4th. Happy 5th. The sports.
Badlands Booker.
That will Badlands Booker. That's right. He's a man. I'm going to follow him on social media right now.
That's awesome.
Badlands Booker. The sports we're going to talk about today, MLB has their official all-star teams. We'll walk you through that a little bit. There's some snub stuff. We're not going to do a who got snub segment, but we'll talk about it. We'll have an open forum a little bit. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit on Talking Baseball, maybe tomorrow's, Wednesday's ep. We'll see. Sword soloing. But that's still like, is that a skill? I don't know. That's a weird one. NBA Finals are set. BBD. Your Suns versus your Bucks. We'll talk about that a little bit. I mean, it's Suns are the faves because Giannis is hurt right now, and that's kind of... I mean, unfortunately, I think that's going to be all the analysis going forward. It's like, well, if Giannis comes back and looks good, Bucks have a good chance. If he doesn't, should be the Suns.
More than
two-time MVP.
2 games.
Yeah, I guess that is what I'm interested to see, and I guess we're talking a little bit of the shooty hoops. Is that, it kind of turns into baseball starting pitcher strategy a little bit. Like, if you don't have your one, or like you use your one in game 7, and then you go into a next series, and it's like, well, if we can split one of the first 2, and then by game 3 we've got our one.
Get him for the swing game.
So I wonder if that's what they do. Do you know, are they starting in Phoenix or Milwaukee?
They are.
We can look at that. So it starts in Phoenix?
Yes, I'll double check that, but I believe I looked at it right before this because I noticed it's a 9 o'clock start, which I don't think would happen if it's in Milwaukee.
9 o'clock start in Phoenix. So yeah, I mean, I definitely assume he doesn't start game 1.
At this point,
There's been no reports. It would be like a big surprise. It would be cool. And I think if you're Milwaukee, you're probably saying, if we can steal one of the first 2 games, game 3 is Sunday, July 11th. So that's when we head to Denver for the All-Star game. And Fayal, thank you for complimenting our social media. What is the MLB equivalent to this NBA Finals? We did get some good responses to that. Did you like any of them, Beeper?
I didn't read through them too much. People got too hung up on it being the Arizona.
The actual location, yes.
My mind went to the Bucks are the A's.
Okay.
And
Bucks are the A's.
And I think I settled on Suns being more like the Padres than anyone else. So kind of the young, cool team, and they had surprise additions on top of just everyone developing a year.
I like that.
It's not an exact because I mean they signed Machado 3 years ago now, 2 years ago. It's like they've been adding, and then this year wasn't like the fuck you moves, but they like you Darvish and
Sure.
whatever else they did.
Sure.
Bolstered the bullpen. Melanson.
Yeah, I like that. I think the other one I like for Phoenix, it's funny because. So you're right. Like people are so dumb that they were doing like, well, it's Diamondbacks and Brewers, and it's
Well,
like
they play in the same league.
no, but at the same time, for the Phoenix Suns, in my head, it does have to be a West Coast team. Like you can't compare them to an East Coast team. So like I saw the San Francisco Giants. I thought that was interesting. Like, yeah, they were good, and oh, okay. There's some guys, like that's kind of on par. Milwaukee, that was a tough one. I saw people say the White Sox.
Because with Milwaukee, my thing was like, because the Bucks have been knocking on the door for a while.
Right,
they've had a couple
around.
years like they could have won.
Okay, so I like that for the Oakland card.
So that's why I was like, well, I mean, my heart wanted to say Yankees, but they're so bad this year that I couldn't do it. And Oakland's kind of in the same boat, and
yeah,
they got screwed by the Astros, even worse.
Oof.
The worst team, perhaps.
Houston.
So that's also they both wear green.
Okay,
So that's
fair.
a big part of it for me.
That plays.
I guess they don't really have their Giannis comp. But
That plays. I mean, I'll give my overlook. What? Why would you say those words? I don't know, man. Maybe this is like lame sports fan stuff, but isn't this a win either way? Like, I guess Chris Paul has the potential to be the biggest loser in this.
yeah.
Like, they are the favorites. Even if Giannis comes back, there's still going to be a hurt card either way.
Yeah, I think, Chris Paul has the biggest winner or loser swing.
Because, yes, he made his NBA Finals, which that was a thing for a while, but...
And that alone helps him a ton in the grand scheme of things.
Right, but they're kind of expected to win this. They're definitely
with
expected
Giannis
to
out.
win
Neither
this.
team, I think nobody on either team is like thrilled Giannis is out. Because I mean, like if you're one of the players on the Suns, it's gonna, in theory, have like a legacy
Ooh.
I
like that.
You're Devin Booker, or Ayton, or whatever. Like if you win this series, but Giannis didn't play at all, everyone's gonna
Everyone will play
give
that
you
card.
that.
on you.
It's like, well, you gotta go get another one. Obviously, it counts.
Interesting. I like that.
And maybe hindsight will be fine with it in 10 years. But I would imagine if they never get another one,
Right.
which can easily happen, sports.
So maybe that's...
And Giannis, if they win in a series without him, or that he misses 3 games of, but they won one without him and whatever,
Yeah.
it's like kind of like he won't care, but just everyone's gonna be, well, you kind of have to go like get another one.
So that's interesting.
People are so
I wonder,
rude about NBA championships and stuff.
I wonder how the series plays out, because you are right. Like, people, if Giannis doesn't play at all, people will
They shouldn't have to feel that way,
Right,
but they're gonna hear it.
Yeah, people will say that, and like Chris Paul won't care. Like, he's already had an incredible career, but in 5 years, where's Devin Booker and where's Ayton and where's Bridges and those guys? Interesting. I don't know.
And I guess the flip side of it, like nobody talks shit about that first Warriors championship where it's like Kevin Love and Kyrie were both out. Dellavedova was the
Right.
second best player.
But they also went on to do more.
They went and did more.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see, and I wonder.
But they also kind of didn't. They had the best regular season ever, but
Right.
they blow 3-1 to LeBron, and then they just go add KD and win 2 more.
Right.
And then they all got hurt.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the series plays out. And, we've had a few Chris Middleton conversations on here before. He had a huge third quarter. I think it was like the third most points in a playoff quarter by a player ever to help close out their series. And, he's going to get to take a lot of shots. Drew Holiday's going to take a lot of shots. They're going to take a lot of threes. And in today's NBA, that's still a formula to win a game if they're dropping. So, interested to see. The Suns could easily kind of dominate, and I think that would be if they could win in 4 games, Suns in 4. people are talking. Or, I mean, even if they could win, if the Suns win in 5, I think you say, like, yeah, there's no Giannis, but we dominated the series. Like, that's all we could do. Like, you know.
They can't affect that.
Everybody else got hurt. We didn't. Like, whatever.
We took care of business.
That's what we did. So, yeah, interested to see how it plays out. If the Bucks win one of the first 2, I don't know how Giannis's injury is, but apparently no ligaments were torn, right? And this whole playoffs has been the playoffs of, like, guys playing kind of hurt. So I don't know if it's a 2-2 series or a 1-2 series, you got to feel like Giannis will be able to give it a go in a week. I have no idea.
Yeah.
His game's not built on crazy speed. He's a monster. So, like, even if he plays a little differently, he can still be effective, you know?
Yeah, he plays on the, the sliding scale. He plays a little closer to what, like, a traditional 5 does.
Right.
But with the way he can distribute and stuff, that's still a lot.
I mean, even
unlocks a lot to have.
Even if he plays, like you're saying, a traditional center on defense and on offense, like, that feels better than...
You can kind of do...
No offense to Bobby Portis, but potentially Bobby Portis, who played a lot of minutes the other night. Yeah. And I like Bobby Portis. And he's kind of fun.
Productive in the minutes he's had.
Miss Bobby Portis. He's a good time.
I saw a lot of what if Bobby Portis got to have Tibbs with the Knicks.
It's
like, maybe. Played hard.
When's the first game? Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 9. Gonna be a late week for us, huh, BBD?
Yeah, canker sore week, I guess.
Yanks playing the Mariners on the left coast, so we'll be up for that.
We're on like a tough...
So we'll be watching.
Tomorrow's the start of like a tough 10 days.
Bro. A wedding in Buffalo this weekend.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
Little Poppy's got a big week coming up. So yeah, we'll be watching. When's game 2? Thursday.
Night.
So we'll be recording before that. Okay.
Should be home in time. Certainly in time for the second half.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think we'll be back anyway. It's again not till 9.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So
Yanks
yeah,
are 4.
we'll see what's going on with that. The shooty hoops. I don't know. Either Giannis comes back or, like, Middleton and Drew Holiday are heroes, which is cool. I mean,
given
underrated.
the deck we currently have, it's hard for me to see Middleton coming out of this series a huge loser.
No, like
I mean, if Giannis comes back in game 2 or something, and then yes, but it would take kind of a specific.
If you don't know
sequence.
All the injury stuff that's been happening, and I told people before the season, Chris Middleton was going to lead the Bucks to the Eastern Conference Finals with Giannis hurt, like, people would have laughed. So kind of good for them already. And yeah, the Suns, I mean, it feels like the Suns, man. I mean, Chris Paul, he's here. Devin Booker is, you can argue with Giannis out that Booker and Paul are the 2 best players.
Two of the best 3.
If we did maybe we'll do this on the fly, BBD. If we did you can draft whoever you want from these teams. Like, who would you take first overall?
Yeah,
Booker?
Assuming you're taking Giannis out.
Or Paul? Yeah, Giannis out.
Yeah, you probably pick Booker. It's one of those two. I think you lean Booker just because he volume scoring.
That's an interesting
That's how you'd start.
So then I'd probably take Paul.
And it kind of becomes
and then it's
Middleton and
Paul and
Middleton and Holiday.
So yeah,
Ayton.
would you rather have Paul and Middleton or Holiday and Booker? But then yeah, you probably pick up Ayton on the snake. It's not a great draft.
Yeah, it's tough because if you're trying to build a team in the pool, there's positionality comes into it a little too much. But if we're just ranking best players in the series.
That's interesting. B. Skrill's in the chat, who's often here, just said, holy I just ran into a deer I'm exercising. What's that mean?
So on a run,
Like human
bumped
deer
into
contact?
a deer. Gonna need a follow-up.
Like a vehicle hit a deer, or you touched a deer?
I'm exercising, and the laugh emojis have me inclined to believe they were on a run or something. It's a human-deer collision.
That's just a lot to take in right now. So there was a little NBA preview. Didn't know where we'd stumble into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of refreshing getting this matchup, and we kind of don't have like the star stuff that everyone talks about. It's like, yeah, you can predict the finals every year, which like was always a little overplayed because you can half like always do that every year. Looking back on the NBA,
Right?
Like stars, there's just always a dynasty going basically. But it's kind of nice that like 2 rounds ago we had no idea, and these are the teams we end up with.
So no Lakers.
The Lakers,
the
LeBron
East,
and
no
AD did
Nets.
stuff. No Nets. The Nuggets, Jamal Murray got hurt. Kawhi got hurt, so no Clippers.
Yeah.
The Mavericks have a 7-3 shooting guard, so
Yeah.
they stink. Like the Jazz were the only other.
They were good.
Like, kind of full strength team.
They were the
that
Suns.
You'd like to see. Would have been cool to see them face off, but Clippers Suns was good too.
Clippers beat
Just a
the Jazz, huh?
Yeah, and 6.
They got to be kicking themselves. That's right, that one game. Yeah, Paul George game.
I mean, even the Hawks. I mean, Trae Young got hurt.
Good for the Hawks, man.
Sixers. Embiid got hurt a while ago, and it didn't seem like a problem, but it did happen. We know he has the knee injury he had.
What are the Sixers doing? Like they should
I have
probably
no
be in
idea
these
what's gonna
finals.
happen. They're gonna look back at this year as the year they really. And I mean, I guess the Kawhi shot year, they were.
Yeah, they were there.
They were one doink away from Eastern Conference Finals. Dario Saric in the finals before them. Dario Saric in the conference finals before them. Hilarious.
So I'm trying. Skrills is back chatting. We have a lot of deer up here in Ohio. Try to work off this holiday food going down to Atlanta for the weekend. But did you touch a deer? Feel like we got away from. I see a baby. All right. Chat. I'll see you in a little bit. The MLB released their all-star teams. It's going to be the Ohtani show all weekend.
Are they gonna have like real rules, and we're not gonna see him pitch and hit?
Interesting. So it's in Colorado.
I think they're doing DHs for the game.
They're doing DHs both sides.
I think so because
Well,
we
if you
voted
can
for
pitch, you can
DHs.
DH, right? Because that's what he did with the Angels.
Well, then you just don't have a DH.
But then you lose the DH.
So
Interesting. So did they name starting pitchers?
the starting pitchers. Oh, like for the game.
Yeah.
No. They haven't. I think they kind of wait until everyone knows exactly what's up because everyone's got 2 series left. So probably be Thursday. We'll know.
So Otani's not starting the All-Star game, though.
I mean, I guess they could start him, but they haven't said that, and he's not a starter as the DH. I don't believe. Oh no, he is. The starter
he
as the
is.
DH.
So the Vans. Okay, so they
He is
started
the starter
him.
as the DH. I'm trying to read the graphic we put out, and it's the first time I'm looking at it, finding where stuff was.
I mean, they're gonna.
You gotta get. I mean, he's technically in as both a pitcher and so is he technically 2 roster spots?
And you have
I think that's the card you gotta play.
you have a ton of bench players anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Either way,
I mean, I guess you can get JD and Cruz DH spots as a pinch hitter. So I guess I'm overthinking a little bit.
the NL turned out being the tough league roster-wise. These names, they get paired each other a lot. Bryce Harper and Manny Machado Both did not make the All-Star team. If you've heard me talk on Talking Baseball, third base is just loaded. It's insane. I every time I look at how many good third basemen there are, it's insane. And then Harper, the one that he gets replaced by, and this is sometimes you wonder if F-WAR and stuff is going a little too far. And don't get me wrong, this dude's a great baseball player, but I think even Dodger fans would potentially sub him out for another one. Chris Taylor makes the All-Star team, which, man, like, good for him. He's had a really nice career. He moves all over the field. He's hitting well. He's got the WAR stuff. He made it over Justin Turner, which our last JM all-baseball team, we had him as our starting third baseman. But they gave it to Arenado, and then Chris Bryant, who they're listing at third base, becomes the backup. So that knocked out Turner, and then Eddie Escobar makes the team because the Snakes needed a third baseman. So that's where a lot of moving parts come into play.
And that's all. That's like, that's the weird part about Chris Taylor being there, because they weren't looking for a representative. Like, good for Chris Taylor. I'm happy for him.
No, he deserves it, and like, good for him.
You wonder how the decision gets made.
It's the reason why we've been doing the JM all baseball team, is that the All-Star game, it happens midway through the season, so a lot changes anyways. But B, a lot of times faces get rewarded, which is okay because it's an exhibition. So let's show off the guys that are good for the sport. I get that. But yeah, Chris Taylor, a little bit of a surprise one, but
his numbers, they don't stick out. Looking at him,
definitely the new age numbers stick out. He's got a really good he's got a solid on base percentage. He's got a good runs created plus. He's got a good WAR. So yeah, I mean, if you're not into that, you see, Chris Taylor, who is hitting 268 with 10 homers, which is whatever. And I think
you're having a good year.
More of the conversation is, talk about two guys that'll be connected forever, Harper and Juan Soto. Soto gets the nod over Harper, and that one is a straight toss-up. And it's just kind of funny, Soto, the new young star of the game with the Nationals, used to be Bryce, and now
in right field.
Bryce in Philly, and I mean their stats are like every other.
Yeah.
So that's kind of tough, and we'll see if there's any other injuries. This happens
Schwarber's
a lot of times.
Out, so there's going to be Harper probably is the favorite to replace him.
Yeah, so
I don't know the full candidates. So.
That's where I feel like we always do this a little early, and it's let's Bryce Harper is a snub right now, and then the All-Star game will be here, and we'll be like, oh, there's Bryce Harper. So,
I remember, the year Gardner was an All-Star, he was snubbed. I think I forget who he replaced, but there was an injury, and they're like, all right, Gardy's up next.
Yeah,
there's kind of every position group is gonna have someone.
Someone drop.
They don't have a big problem with people opting out of it.
I feel like pitchers normally opt out when they can because they got throwing stuff.
Pitchers is also if they just threw the last game of their series,
right? You literally can't pitch in it. Yeah. So, and that's the big name NL pitching wise is Max Scherzer, who's having a really good year, a 2.10 ERA. 94.1 innings pitched. He missed a couple starts.
Yeah, so he had at least one IL.
Darvish was the name that made it over him, and their numbers are similar. And maybe this is, me and Jimmy get in trouble for this a little bit, but Scherzer's ERA is 2.1. Darvish is 2.6. I know that can be skewed with one bad start, but also, what are we doing? I know ERA.
It's not disparage a 2.6, but
no, it's fantastic. But a 2.1 is better.
Yeah.
Every
it's
day.
half a run better.
And that's the, I know sometimes we get into bickers with Plouffe on it. Just because the other stats are predictive, whether it's FIP or what. They're good indicators for your future. Like if
the hard hit numbers and
exactly if your hard hit numbers and
ground ball rates
and all that stuff is off, it's a good indication that that he might get into trouble in the future and vice versa. But
those are good to know about. Like when you're looking at your team's free agency, who you might want to target. Like this guy could be a good value because. He didn't have the results.
He's got this, and this. I mean, Scherzer, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Zach Wheeler, Trevor Rogers, Herman Marquez. Rogers and Marquez are the Marlins and Rockies lone representatives, so that makes it tight.
Marquez, not that they really have a lot of choices, but he's not having a great year for him.
Right.
Or at least he had a couple stinkers that might be just sticking out.
Yeah, you can butter knife it,
but also
you compare it
every
to
team
Coors,
needs somebody.
Yeah. And that was, I guess, the other pitcher that some people aren't happy about. Alex Reyes, who's been closing for St. Louis, he's having an incredible season, and this is where I kind of can't argue against it. He has a 0.91 ERA. He's walking almost a person per inning. So it's been an ugly year and kind of a bad watch. But, the Cardinals, especially the year they're having, I mean, they have Arenado on the team. I don't know. Part of me likes rewarding Reyes. He's a 0.91 ERA. That's video game stuff. So that one doesn't bother me too much. And, yeah, that's where let's see everything else that sorts out, because Walker Buehler's not on the team right now. He's 8-1 with a 2.35 ERA. Taijuan Walker, we saw him the other day. He's having an incredible year. Feels like an all-star year.
Yeah, and I guess he's kind of in the same boat as Scherzer, and with I think he missed 2 starts here and there. So I don't think that was probably what the deciding factor was.
And then in the American League, I mean, Trout, Bieber hurt. So let's see. Kikuchi and Soto get in. They're their team's individual reps. So that's kind of wins for the Mariners and the Tigers. Moncada, people are saying he's a snub. He's got a big WAR, but his stats kind of don't hold up with the other third baseman. I mean,
positional
Devers,
value.
Jose Ramirez, Devers is having a crazy year. I think Ramirez is kind of turning it on as we speak. Bo Bichette makes it. Good for him, man. His numbers, Bo Bichette gets overlooked a little too quickly because the shortstop position stacked.
Just how
he's been really good.
How good a year he's had. I knew he's good because he is good.
Yeah. Well, short season and an injury, and you tie that in, but and then Jared Walsh, who's tormented the Yankees, and I've been on the hype train. He's having a huge year. He deserves to be there, so that's good. Glass now didn't make it.
They're eating the last year of Pool's deal.
Right. Glass now technically didn't make it, which is he has the highest WAR of an AL pitcher that doesn't make it. He's hurt, and that's kind of one of those. Do you even give it to him and then just say we're replacing him? I don't know.
That's kind of it's why not?
Right.
Just give it to him because he does deserve it and whatever. Obviously you're gonna replace him anyway, but guys get replaced for injury all the time. So
yeah,
and that opens up we think Zunino deserves an all-star, but then you didn't have to get Zunino in there.
And then the final line of this article that is brilliantly written by David Schoenfeld. Unfortunately, the players voted in Yankees closer Aroldis Chapman, who has completely fallen apart with a 4.71 ERA after Sunday's disastrous outing. He probably rates as the worst all-star of the year. So, how about that?
Well, I mean, that's part of what we've been doing with the all-league teams that we do every month, because All-Star Game... Chapman put together 6 weeks of some of the best pitching I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of his struggles are due to fingernail stuff, sticky stuff. I don't think Stick's the issue, but he's has stuff going on that are other fact. But he had as dominant a 6-week run as I've ever seen, and I carried him to an All-Star appearance. So.
Guess what his WAR is on the season?
Has it like evened out now?
0.
Yeah.
Chapman has a 0 WAR.
Yeah, I would assume the leverage of situations plays out.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of funny business there, obviously, but damn. So, I'm sure a couple of these guys on the cusp are going to end up there, and that'll figure itself out. Red Sox lead the way with 5 All-Stars. Bogarts, Davis, JD, Bonds, and Evaldi. Jeez, good for them. 34 first-time All-Stars from 9 different countries and territories. Wish there was
anyone gave that thought
a way to find some of their different nationalities. So we're excited. I know we've kind of loosely discussed it, but we're gonna be around the All-Star weekend. We're doing our watch party in Denver. We're going to the Home Run Derby. That's gonna be exciting. I think we're sitting kind of around center field. So
I think we're in the left field side of center field.
We'll get a couple balls out there.
I'm pretty excited because we're like in the bleachers, which normally I wouldn't get like amped about, but for that and what we're trying to do for the video,
those are the money seats. Yeah. Here at
gives us some mobility.
Here at John Boy Media, we're getting pretty excited for that. A week from today, we'll be in Denver. A week from yesterday, we'll be in Denver too. So. We'll have all sorts of all-star stuff coming your guys' way. I guess before we do talking baseball in a minute, any other baseball updates? Red Sox are still rolling.
Did we do Eddie Escobar in the All-Star game?
He was mentioned.
He's kind of like
Snakes.
He's there because of the Snakes. Yeah. And we love him. 18 homers. He's having a nice year. But at the position he plays, it's the biggest surprise.
And that's I guess the other thing there, and it's where shots. I don't want to shoot too many shots at Chris Taylor because that's rude. But Eddie Escobar is a guy that's also played second base in his career, and I mean I think Chris Taylor's in his like outfield-ish util.
He's an outfielder.
But
he's
like
played more center field than any other position.
Right. So I don't know. I guess I'm just picturing
there's a bunch of guys with funny
Escobar at second and then Turner at third. I don't know. Good for Chris Taylor. I'm not doing any more shots fired at him. White Sox, they have a nice lead in the Central now, up 6 games on the Indians. The Astros 3.5 up on Oakland. That's kind of exciting for them. The Mets take care of business. Braves back up to second in the NL East. How about that? Man, what a good week for them going into the All-Star break. Could change the outlook of their season. Brewers are doing great things in the Central. The Cubs are dying. The Cubs are in a death spiral. Brewers have won 11 in a row, I believe. Or no, they're 9-1 in their last 10. They just lost one. That's why. They had won 11 in a row. The Cubs have lost 9 in a row, I believe. Holy smokes. And we were all over this one, man. I'm half happy. We'll talk about it in a minute. Giants still a half game up on the Dodgers. Padres 4.5 back. Holy D-backs. 23-63. I mean, I'm doing some math. This is my brain thinking. The Diamondbacks are 14.5 games out of the 4th place Rockies.
Wow.
It's
disaster.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. So that's a little baseball talk. Red Sox, what a half, man. They're finishing strong. Good for them. We'll be talking baseball in a little bit. How Hockey, I think the Lightning are up 3-0, so they're probably going to win. Saw hockey fans were half mad that there's a hockey loophole where you can go over the cap easily. Like if you have a player hurt and he's not playing, he comes off your cap or something, but then you can add them in the playoffs. I haven't actually looked into it, obviously.
Yeah, I saw people just like tweeting like, "Hey, how come they're however much over the cap?"
Yeah, like
Whatever it is,
18
it's like
million
it's a significant number.
So whatever, play by the rules and win, I guess, Lightning. So that was hockey. We're excited for that. What other sports were played this weekend? There Olympic stuff, like Wimbledon's going on, I think. So that'll be probably cool next weekend or the weekend after.
Basketball, Olympic stuff. Canada got eliminated. They're not. I think they're not going now. So that kind of sucks. And they're like supposed to be a good team. There's a lot of like good Canadian
NBA
players.
guys, yeah.
They have a roster full of NBA players. They got bounced.
Damn.
But RJ was good and now like won't get hurt in the Olympics. So for me personally, cool.
Let's go. All right, BBD. I think we keep it grooving and shaking. And that brings us to the comment of the day. It is the comment of the day. It was a comment got away. Last episode was pretty ruckus. Poppy Gordo was hungover. There's no other way to get around it. It was the day after the double rain delay Ohtani game. So wild episode. We're kind of bopping all over the place. A lot of the comments, Grady held and Normal Dog and John Bolin. A lot of people mentioned Russian Shaq because Russian Shaq came out, which was a weird part of the episode. Nobody was happy with it. Cat Chamberlain, call up Kotuck. Yeah, Pirates, what are you doing? Kotuck made an appearance. Not a big deal. Hoping we'll still link up with him soon. He's a sweet, sweet man. And then Tobias Allman, by the way, that 4-0 Dodgers-Cubs game wasn't just a shutout. Dodgers got no hit.
Oh, yeah,
this last combined no-hitter last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably a good detail. Ryan Zemlich.
Good Kimbrel quotes, but he didn't know.
Oh, wow.
He's like, oh, yeah, I just found out.
That's pretty good.
Closers can, I guess they do kind of just check out to like the 6th.
Yeah. Why would he care? Just coming in to get the final outs. Ryan Zemlich, nice words here. You make my mood change every day when you make these episodes. Same with Talking Yanks. My sister loves this show too. So watch with your siblings. Watch with your siblings. We got Tom Nelligan in the chat is doing some hockey cap stuff in there. Kucherov, $10 million per year, didn't play all season, and then magically healthy for the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds like total funny business and not cool.
Yeah.
But whatever. So, Bake the Algorithm, guys. The episode views continue to go up. We're at 308K subs. Race to 10K. We'll be there soon enough. Then 1 million. And yeah, the episode views are going up. You guys are having fun. So thank you. We're having fun. You guys are the best. And BBD, that brings us to the brew of the night. And you have a fella in the sheet there, so I'll let you go first.
Jake, a little bit of these are the games I watched ism going on, but
that's fine.
Giving my bro of the night to Pete Alonso. He had, the homer that tied the game in the 9th and the game the Mets won. Also, he hit scary homer in game 2. He's a real one. Like he's a dude. I've tried, I haven't been crusading for it, but I've in my brain diminished to his stuff a little bit because everyone wants him to be Aaron Judge, and he isn't that. But he's like, he's not a guy you want to face in a big spot.
No.
He's a guy can hit. And he's like cool. Like if he's on your team, he's a lot of fun and really easy to root for. And I think if he's not on your team and you're a guy who gets hung up about stuff, I mean, the way he rounded the bases.
Sure.
That's going to upset everyone's uncle.
Yeah, he's not graceful. He's true to himself. Like we've normally said this about Harper, how, you know, people don't like Harper, but like that's fine, and he's okay with that. I think Alonso's a little different. Like I think Alonso's kind of like a sweet guy, kind of like he wants to do well. He's always doing nice thing. Like he donated his home run derby stuff away. I think it was to. You know, he's always doing, I feel like he's doing a lot of stuff for the troops, and wherever he get involved, it's nice. But yeah, he's a big kind of oaf, and he hits dongs, but he's good, man. He's I mean, he hits home runs since he's come up at like a 48 homer per season rate.
Yeah. He had like a half bad year last year. I mean, the numbers are still pretty.
He saved it on the last day,
but he got like that last week of the year. He turned it on, but he got 60-game season. Funny business a bit,
and that's where, you know, this year, what's he doing? 255, 339, 15 homers. I mean, you know, interested to see his second half. I definitely think he's got a little more than that in the bag, but
he's got a gear above this.
The Mets haven't been hitting at all, so maybe if they start hitting around him a little bit, he can get a little juice going.
Yeah, like I'm not like there's people who want him to be one of the 10 best players in baseball, and I don't think that is who he is. But he's a guy who can wouldn't be out of place on an all-star team, and he's made one already.
You don't want to see him at the dish.
You don't want to face him.
You don't want to see him at the dish. That's a good one, BBD. I think I am going to give my bro of the night to a hero of mine, Gianluigi Donnarumma. He is the goalie for the Italian national team. The night I was going to the Rez concert, you know, I got home, we recorded Talking Baseball, and I was looking to chill out a little bit, see if I still have my concert legs. And there's Italy playing Belgium. My Italians playing Belgique. And, man, there was some good soccer, and then the final 15 minutes of the game were different Italian guys just rolling in the grass, pretending to be hurt. It's so weird for soccer. I can't believe they haven't addressed it more. I mean, soccer fans probably say the same thing about, like, the NBA right now and how bad those games are ending with every replay happening and all that. The Italian goalkeeper, he went down and he just rolled around for like 3 minutes. Gianluigi Donnarumma, my guy. And it's just such a bad product when they do that. But they milked the clock and Italy won. So go Italy, go. Grease in my hair doesn't run. Go Italia. Let's read some more of these names just to get that out there. Cellini, bang, Bonucci, Spinazzola. Are you kidding me? Get me that jersey. Di Lorenzo, too easy.
Giovanni Di Lorenzo.
Jorginho, feels a little Brazilian there. Verratti, into that. Barella, sure. Immobile, that's hilarious. Bellotti, Berardi. I mean, what a team. Let's see who's got the best last name on the bench. I'll go Bastoni. Salvatore Sirju looks like the backup goalie here. So, go Italy, go. It's fun to watch a little international soccer. And Feo, you're right. He is no Gianluigi Buffon, but he is Gianluigi Donnarumma. So he gets my bro of the night. Love watching him roll on the ground. BBD, what are we watching tonight? Is there any good baseball? We're watching the NBA tomorrow, we think.
NBA tomorrow night.
Let's see. What's the best baseball game for people to watch today?
Oh, White Sox, Twins. Twins stink, but it's the return. With the Donaldson stuff. All
Dylan
that.
Cease pitching. He was on
Mets,
the Chris Rose
Brewers.
rotation.
Mets, Brewers.
Braves
like a
played the
winner.
Pirates. BBD, let me check this out. We might have to put something into the ether here, man.
Nats, Padres, late night.
They've got 3 versus the Pirates and then 3 versus Miami. Max Fried, he probably should have got Bro of the Night. I might talk about him on Talking Baseball. Game-winning hit from Max Fried, our friend. Walk-off. They are a game back from 500. They're second in the NL East. Man, if the Braves can finish strong, Fried, Anderson, Smiley, Morton, Fried, Anderson, I don't know. Braves season. That's
Braves can still control their own destiny.
Yeah, a little bit. They can. So, friend Max Fried on the bump. That's nice. Friend Dylan Cease on the bump. That's nice. And yeah, I think that's it. Joe Musgrove late night versus Leicester. Probably good on that. I'll watch the first inning. Bakers, Peter, this is the real Jake. Everyone in the chat, you guys were awesome today. Everyone listening, thank you so much. Enjoy your 5th of July. Enjoy your shortened week if you're listening not on the 5th of July. A lot of people probably had shortened weeks. That's exciting.
Or if you're just not working today and you are listening. On the
yeah, we thank you guys. As always, there's so much stuff on the John Boy Media Network. Talking baseball coming up after this. Talking Yanks with a weird, another kind of death episode last night. John Boy Jake TV, we got some gaming on there. I think it was Double Dare today. Talking Giants. We're getting close to football season, babe. And Chris Rose rotation has just absolutely been killing it. Go check that out.
Probably a new Pinstripe Strong also.
Could be
if you want more
Pinstripe
Yankees
Strong.
stuff.
Nets, maybe. We'll see. Man, thank you guys. We'll see you guys Thursday. Think regular up? Maybe not. We'll see. Love
Either
you
that
guys.
or something fun.
Make love, not war.